All right, Lionel. We were just talking. Tell me how people say your last name. How you want people to say your last name.
It's Pompa, but like I was telling you earlier, if I'm around like a bunch of Hispanic people, I usually say it in Spanish. I say Pompa, Pompa. So that's like the Spanish way to say it, or the Mexican way.
Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. We got audio. So tell me the daily grind.
Oh man, so far lately it's just been daddy duty. As soon as you wake up, it becomes daddy duty, and then wait till the nanny gets there, and then I go to work at the old bar.
Tell me the old bar. Where's it at?
That is in Helotes. It's right next to a really famous country venue called Florida's Country Store. There's a bunch of cool little country acts there that play a lot. It's in Old Town Helotes. It's next to a place called Wine 101. You've been there. You like that?
Everyone does.
Really?
Everyone that goes there.
Well, likes it?
I haven't heard anyone speak.
No. It's a great place. I enjoy it. Yeah, it's next to that place. It's a cool little bar. It's somewhat of a country bar, but not really. Kind of try to not make it that, but
you are in Helotes, sir.
Yeah, we are in the country.
With the city fast approaching with that messed up intersection that they built.
Yeah. Oh, you don't like it?
No.
Why not?
Absolutely not. I think it's a flawed system.
There's only like 3 of them, right? In the whole U.S.
Is there?
I believe so.
I guarantee you that system, the way they design it, is not designed for exceptional growth, because there's a lot of growth happening out there in Bandera, and there's a lot of traffic.
Are you talking about the one on 1604 in Bandera?
1604 in Bandera.
Dude, I think it's great.
Really?
I think it's worked. I mean, it was worse before.
Well, everything's worse before.
But I mean, it was really bad. Like, really, really bad. And now I feel that this works a little bit better. I mean, I feel like the commute is minimized time-wise.
What about, did you hear about I just read this when I first got back, that they're just going to re-tear up 1604 all over again.
What part? Like,
from Bandera all the way to 35. Just redo that whole entire section.
I hope not.
They are.
That's awful. That is not going to be good. I'm glad right now I'm living in Helotes, but like further. Mm-hmm. I'm on literally the end of Helotes. Yeah, I don't really go that route really unless I have to. So
bring the mic in a little bit closer.
That sucks. Yeah, I don't like that. That sounds awful.
So you were telling me that you and your friend Roger, your partner, not your partner, but your band partner.
He's my partner. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we've been working on this EP for a minute, man. We used to be in a band called the Sonic Curves, and we were always on that. We were on the little local circuit, been doing it forever, and we decided to kind of change routes and do this kind of like R&B, the weekend kind of thing. So we've been doing that for a minute now, and yeah, we've been like recording in our own, like we have our own little private studio, so that's what we've been doing lately.
So what is it about your studio that gives you that peace of mind, gives you that creativity that sparks your music, sparks your songwriting?
It is I mean, the tech that we have in there is really cool for recording, like the consoles and all the jazz in there, like just all the equipment is cool. But the really cool thing is we've set this room up for like us. Like we have little arcades in there. We have a bunch of cool stuff that like literally we go in and relax. So it's kind of like my touch, his touch, and it's just fun, man. It's when people go up there, they're kind of amazed when they walk in. It's a really cool little spot.
Same thing I'm trying to do here.
Yeah, that's kind of that's where when I walked in, is kind of like the homey feel, but getting it more of a professional like standard.
My ultimate goal is just to have no wall exposed. Like I don't like a blank wall. For some reason, I just think it's boring. It's not when I can have like a painting up there or a nice photograph. Like I'd rather have that.
I try to. I have a lot of. I'm a big comic book nerd and Star Wars nerd and all that stuff. So I have a lot of like comic book memorabilia and everything like that. And we were gonna put it on the walls, but we needed to treat some of it. So I have like these boring like panels in there that is for sound purposes. But I'm like now I don't have any place to put this stuff in. So I'm kind of bummed out about it, but it's okay.
Why don't you just paint over it?
You can't. There's like these like actual panels that you need for like soundproofing. So,
and you can't put like a piece of wood in front of it.
They're already what's it called, framed out, and it's kind of like I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like a mesh. It's a frame mesh, and then kind of like this R insulation thing or whatever that they put in, and you just put them on the walls. But yeah, you can't really obstruct it anyway, so it needs to be able to absorb it so it doesn't push it out.
Okay.
So yeah, you can't really put anything in front of it or put like the paintings that I want to put up.
So then what you really need is you need to divide your studio in half and then make like a little control room on one side, and then
so like what I've been noticing lately on these studios, nobody like the newer ones or like the people that do it at home. Like they don't really do the control in the mixing room anymore. It's all kind of all the same thing.
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
So like, and to me, I like the bigger, like I like open spaces. Like in my house too, is like I try to make everything like open space. Like I don't really like dividing anything. So obviously besides like the bedroom, but what's it called? Yeah, I don't. I mean, what am I really losing? Like those paintings are like whatever. I'll put those like I'll find somewhere else to put them.
Exactly.
But my old studio, before we got really fancy and made it really like professional, we had a bunch of paintings like everywhere, like just random ass stuff. But we lost that touch. But like I said, we made it up with like all these cool little arcades. Like we have a bunch of cool stuff in there.
Oh, that's great. Like, if you make it up for in your sound quality, that's 10 times better.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the end goal. So I was making the studio real studio. I mean, I actually, like, record some bands in there, and I charge them a good amount of money. So, like, I want them to walk in and feel like it's a professional thing. Not like you walk in and it's like, what the hell is this?
How many bands do you have coming in?
I don't have that many because I don't have a lot of time to do it. So, it's usually just Roger me, but I'll have some people inquire and then I'll get them in and we'll figure it out. And so right now, not that many, but when I do, it's kind of expensive. At least I like to do it that way.
Yeah, no, that's good, man.
Because like, it's that thing. It's like my time is like,
precious.
Well, yeah, but
the
money that we spent in there, like, trust me, like we have like a crazy extensive studio. Like there's a lot of money spent in there, and then yeah, but the time and also like the production, like they'll come in and like they don't even know what they're doing, and I have to kind of like
be a little producer.
Yeah, so like I have to like produce at the same time, not just press record and like watch them do it. I'm like, and we talk about that. It's not just something that just happens. Like I already know what we're doing once we walk in. So that's where I factor in that price too, because there's a lot of people that do it, man. That just do it to just make the quick buck, and then like that's it. And then
have you thought about maybe mentoring a younger band?
Man, if I had the time, maybe I think I've tried. Like I've talked to some people that I thought were talented, and I wanted to. Hey, I hear the potential. Mm-hmm. Let's try to make this bigger. Like I can see you guys going somewhere, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah." And I don't hear anything. I'm just like, "All right, dude. Like that's on you." Again, well, I'm not the one that's like, I don't need it. It's on
you. You can give them the idea, and then it's up to the person to act on the idea.
Yeah,
it's very hard to follow through. Like we're human beings, and we get distracted so easily.
Yeah, I mean, I try to be honest, and I try to, my word is like Sunday I was telling you, like, I'm never like that. Like when I'm there. I don't try to flake. I don't, because that to me always happens to everyone. Like I feel
used to it, bro. I'm used to it.
So am I, man. Like, I mean, I'm used to it at the bar. You know, like when I need to fill in a position or something, like everybody wants to work, but nobody wants to show up.
Yeah.
You know, everyone wants a job, but nobody wants to put it in. Like, I'll get like I usually put it on Facebook or something, and or a job post, and man, I'll have hundreds of people asking me for a job, and I'm like, okay, here's a few that I picked that like should come in and do it, and maybe get like
one.
I'll get like a few, but yeah, but it's still like, and these people are asking me like, can I please get the job? And like, I'll be there this time, or moving things around, and then I'm waiting there and nobody shows up. So it's kind of like, like I do, but I'm not gonna beg for it. You know, I'm not gonna like, again, like you said, time is precious, and I mean, with the two kids, like I used to have time like that like, you know, mess around and whatever, but now no.
See, and that's why like I wanted to build this up like a little bit more, because sometimes like in the past I was just waiting. Yeah, I go chill in the rest of the house, but it's more productive if I'm just in the room, just there watching something or reading a book. Like I built this up to be like even an office, just to be in. Like I can.
Oh yeah.
I can be here just video editing or putting myself more out there on LinkedIn, trying to sell my professional services as an environmental geologist.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, I mean, nice. I just build it up so that way I know I have something to do. This is also like my Zane area as well.
Yeah, man. I totally believe in that. Hence why, you know, and it's the things like I have the money, like why not spend it on that? You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make it real. Like not like almost like fake it till you make it kind of thing, but make it real. Like why not?
Yeah, why not make your dreams real?
You know, it doesn't have to be like super expensive, but I mean, dude, it's like even just this setup is better than most people that I've seen, or you know, I've gotten asked to be on a few podcasts, and usually I'm just like, nah. I mean, I've known you and you're my boy, so I was like, sure, you know, like that's an easy one. But there's some other ones that I'm like I don't know, I'm very talkative, and I do like enjoying talking to my friends and stuff like that. But usually I don't like talking to people, and it's funny because I'm a manager and I have to talk to people, and I can put the face on. I used to act, so like I could put the face on and do it, and it's fine. Like, but usually when I'm with my girlfriend, we'll go out to places and I make her like speak to everybody, like the waiter and stuff. Like, usually, I just don't like talking to people.
What?
Yeah, I know it's really weird because my friends that know me will never think that of me.
Yeah,
but usually it's like, I don't know. I like to be reserved, man. Like, I'd rather just not if I don't have to.
And yet you go on the stage and play in front of hundreds of people.
But that's different. I don't have to talk to them. I just I know what I'm doing. I'm a big like prepare. Like I'm prepared. I do what I need to do, and then I'm out. Besides, like, and I would go meet like the meet and greet kind of thing. You know, like you'll see the fans or the people, and you'll talk to them and do that. But I mean, and usually, hold on, I've been drinking a little bit, so usually when I drink, I don't care. But
no, your confidence just goes up.
Yeah,
it's not that you don't care. Your confidence goes up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a.
You can pull them down.
I'm not a shy person. It's just, I don't know. I just don't like talking to people, man. Like I just never really have been.
See, when I used to work at the water park as a lifeguard supervisor, I think that job made me not like being in crowds, because every time I'm in crowds at that water park during peak summertime, you're walking around and you're just carrying life jackets, and you're carrying life jackets with your arms up because you're trying to carry as much as you can. It's these orange little life jackets for infants or little babies. And then you walk by someone that's just like sweaty and they rub up on you. It's like the most disgusting, slimy feeling. Like it just made me not like being in crowds.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is for you. You get annoyed with talking to people because you talk to people so much at work.
Well, I mean, usually I talk to drunk people, and those are fun people to talk to, especially when you haven't been drinking. That's always a fun conversation.
They share the best stories.
No, I mean, it's mostly like those people that are just like are very inebriated and just it's not even a conversation you want to have, or it's usually fighting, or I don't know, whatever it is. But I don't know, man. It's different when you're not drinking and you're not a part of that like social, or you're not ready for it, and it hits you, and then you're just like, I don't even want, like, what is this? I don't know. I don't think it's just that. I don't know. People are dumb sometimes. So for the sake of not being rude, that's when I just try not to even be in conversation.
And that's all you have to do. You just don't engage.
And usually, like, I have like that kind of face that's just kind of like a pissed off face all the time.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
To most people, they're always like, "Why is Leonel mad?" And I'm like, "I'm not even mad. What are you talking about?" So already that's already like an obstacle. And then I'll have those people. Why are you mad, dude? I'm like, dude, I'm not. Well, you look pissed off, or you look tired. I'm like, dude, that's just my face. Like, I don't even tell you. Which usually to me is always like a form of you look like shit. So it's like, thanks. But thanks for the compliment.
You look tired.
Yeah,
you look tired.
Thanks for the compliment, man. I'm like, well, I have like these kids, 2 kids that keep me up all the time. But no, yeah, that's for the sake of, like I said, not being rude or anything. And I'm usually really good about it, of not being a jerk to people, and just keep a smile on my face and just you answer to the dumb questions, do whatever I need to do. But
just say at the end of your conversation when you're done, have a wonderful day.
Yeah, I do. But then I walk away like, God. I get so mad.
I'm done with that person. I'm done. I'm gonna have a great day.
I'm like, just go in the office, just go watch a YouTube video, chill out, get back into your comfort.
What's in your daily cycle of YouTube videos?
Oh man, it's ridiculous how much YouTube like videos I watch. Because like in my office, I have like this huge screen that has a ton of cameras.
Mm-hmm.
So at the bar, I'm like constantly watching just all these things. So because there's so many angles in this bar, that's like, I got to make sure nobody's like trying to steal something from the cooler, or the bartenders are doing their jobs, or people aren't doing this over there. Like, so anyways, it gets boring. So, and I've learned I'm already a really great multitasker, so I'm like, screen, YouTube, because that's, like I said, that's all I do. Why am I watching on YouTube, man? I watch a lot of producing videos, like with producers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like a really big avid, like learning more what like they can teach me, or figuring out what they're doing differently that I'm not, or I really want to learn how to do this kind of like stuttering effect with like vocals or something. I'll like look it up, but on more, let's just have fun kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll do a Nerdist. You know what that is?
A Nerdist?
It's called Nerdist. It's like a channel.
No.
So they do like, again, comic book nerd. They do they'll do reviews or like rumors about new movies, or like mostly like Marvel stuff, or Star Wars stuff, or whatever. Mm. So I'll do that. I'll watch a lot of SNL stuff, and I love like watching especially like on Saturday nights, they'll release the new whoever was hosting that day, all the new videos. So I'll watch all that, and like the Adam Driver one was hilarious recently. And just like, I don't know, a lot of music videos, and just whatever sparks my interest, that I kind of see a lot of crazy UFO stuff, because I'm really into that kind of stuff too. So I'll watch a couple of
here's a little side trip for you.
What?
Since you're into UFO, have you watched any Hollow Moon conspiracies?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched, like, dude, it's so funny. When I usually am my way to work or something, I'm a big Spurs fan as well, and I watch a lot of basketball. So on the way to work, I'll put it on 1200 a.m. to just hear the game while I'm there. on my way to work or anywhere, or if I'm leaving and I just want to hear the game and keep it up. And then, when I get there, I'll watch the thing. So anyways, I'll leave it on 1200. So by the time the bars close, like whatever, 3, 4, and I'm taking off to go home, it's still on 1200. So Coast to Coast is on there.
Oh.
So I don't know if you're familiar with Coast to Coast, but it's like kind of like a conspiracy thing. Like they do a lot of,
chemtrails or
everything,
UFOs, everything, JFK.
Yes, like everything. But here's the thing, man. They bring on like all these like scholars and all like about like every like subject on whatever. And I kind of want to think that I've heard that this is kind of like a joke, but it's not. So I was recently on Spotify and I've been watching a lot of like podcasts or listening to a lot of podcasts. I just watched the Justin Long one. I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
The actor, he has a podcast, so I've been really listening to his. So anyways, I've been looking at all these podcasts, and I was like, man, I wonder if Coast to Coast is on it. So I went on there, and they do, and they have like the best of Coast to Coast. So they have these little because usually when you're listening to it, and my time from the bar to my house is like maybe 10 minutes long. So, they're long, but this one on Spotify is only like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So I'm like listening to like the best stuff. So it's like some of their UFOs, like JFK, the coronavirus recently, and astronaut space, just all this stuff. So I've been like listening to all these, and they're interesting and fun. But like, I don't know, man. Like somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I don't know if best or Coast to Coast is like respected in that field, or I mean, I know that's already like
conspiracy theories is already like
but like in the sense of the field, as in that these people like this is what they do. I mean, not all of them are like the UFO or the ghost stories or anything. Some of these are like the coronavirus, like people talking about like pandemics and all this crazy stuff. And then there's I'm trying to think of the ones I've watched. I mean, I've listened to quite a few. What was the other one? There's, I don't know, man. I don't remember. It's on the top of my head, but I just want to know like the respect, or like how much is this like really real, or is this just a joke show that these people just come in and call in and just say these asinine stories, and you're supposed to just treat it as like novelty instead of thinking it's like facts, but obviously, I mean, like in the sense of what it is, not that it's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But respect it, I guess.
Well, talking on respect, I hope truly one day soon they set an expedition of flat earthers to go to Antarctica and find a giant ice wall in Antarctica. I don't know. I've studied what is it? I don't want to say the word wrong. Astrology. Is it astrology or astronomy? Astronomy. Isn't it astronomy? I get confused.
The one that studies stars and stuff?
Yeah.
Astrology?
Yeah. Or is it astrology? You got the fucking name.
I'm gonna look it up. Astronomy, astrology.
Fuck. Don't have it connected.
Look at your phone. You got Google on your phone.
I know. We got fucking this shit here.
Dude, so yeah, like I'll it's funny, I'll spend a lot of my time and I'll get sucked into that wormhole, no pun intended, of
astronomy
or anything. Yeah, and like those kind of in those fields. They're just interesting, and some of them are convincing. You'll see. Oh, I just saw this one like on Mars thing, like the trees. Did you see that one? And and then I was just watching this thing about the thing in Africa. It's called like where they think Atlantis is at. And
Atlantis?
It's called
this
like
is new to me.
It's called like the Eye of Africa.
I haven't heard anything about this. I've only heard about the Ark of the Covenant being in Ethiopia.
The Ark of the Covenant, like the Holy Grail thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, this is called like that where like Socrates or who's the philosopher?
It was Socrates. Socrates quoted Plato.
Plato and
Plato is
Socrates.
the one that
So it's
told
like
the
all of
story
them-
about Atlantis.
Right. So, because I like literally just saw this too, where he, this guy was doing the research on it and like was listening to Plato's and like Socrates and all these like whatever in the Solace or whatever the other like, because it's like all of them are like ancestors of scholars or and they're philosophers. And they're all like, you know, grandfathers and blah blah blah. And they're all like
Just telling stories.
yeah,
Telling stories of old
this
times.
guy like went and like actually read into these stories and kind of was like, okay, they're talking about that it's in this part of the world and it's like this. So he's like listing off all the things. And there's actually, and I even went and took a step further and like went on my maps and went to Google Earth and looked for the Eye of Africa, and I found it, and it's right there. Like, and you know, you see it on this thing, and the way he's like describing Atlantis and what it is, and all like the outer ring and the rings inside, and like the mountain behind it, and all this stuff looks exactly like this thing called the Eye of Africa, and how far it's supposed to be away from the coast. And then even when you're looking at the map of it, you can see where it looks like the water was
diverted.
Well, yeah, like where it was like shot over because, you know, like it got like flooded out or whatever, you know. It was really cool, and the way it's shaped and like it looks man-made too. Like it doesn't look like that was naturally just happened right there.
Sounds like you're talking about Black Panther there, man.
What do you mean? Like Wakanda?
Like the rings, yeah.
No. No.
Maybe it's just a hidden city still there right now.
Oh, no. But dude, it's crazy. Like you have to.
Eye of Africa.
Yeah, the Eye of Africa, man. You got to see it. It's really, really cool, man.
And that's on YouTube.
Like the little thing I saw was on YouTube, but like you can go on Google Earth and type in like Eye of Africa, and it'll show you these like rings. So like this crazy thing. There's nothing in there. Like if you were to see it on base level, like we were there on eye to eye,
yeah,
and it's kind of in your field, I guess, and you would see it. You wouldn't see any of those like rings I'm talking about, but when you see it from like a satellite image, you'll see the ring. I'm like, all that kind of stuff just interests me. Like I take it all with, you know,
a grain of salt.
I hate using such a what's it called?
A what? Educated word?
No. What is it called? A cliche. It's such a cliche.
Cliche. There's no such thing as cliches. It's either is or is not.
Eye of Africa. Yeah, dude, this is like a really cool. It was really cool if you haven't seen it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's the actual thing. The picture.
Dude, you know what this looks like? It looks like the Eye of Jupiter almost.
Oh, like the
spiral? How
see,
the
like,
spirals
see
in?
how this is like how it's supposed to really look? And then this is actually like the Eye of that.
This?
Yeah. That's like the satellite image of it.
Dude, that looks like a giant hole in the ground.
It's not though, like when you go and you'll see it like eye level.
It's just
yeah,
flat?
Yeah, well kind of. Like there's like these little pillars, or not pillars, but like click on this.
Yeah.
And you'll kind of see it a little bit different.
Let's make this bigger.
You definitely have to watch this little documentary I saw. It was pretty cool about it. About how that was supposed to really be like Atlantis.
Like it just took off.
And then you can see where the water
yeah, it's very smooth.
So there was water there, you know. So it's kind of like the way everything is put together and the way he almost sourced all of his material.
Oh, just judging this from like even my educational background, studying like river morphology, this looks like flowing water just going off on these little edges here because it's rounded on top and then it's rounded. It's deep carves in the middle, which means just telling me signs of water was constant.
Like here. Erosion.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
And it looks crazy from a satellite image, you know what I'm saying? Like it looks intense. Like it looks really cool, and then it kind of looks like, okay, kind of might make sense. Like thousands of years ago, that was a real thing, or it's just coincidence.
Could be coincidence. Who knows?
It can't be both.
Imagine though, if you had a time machine and you can go back and see this stuff. Like you can go back and like just
and not alter anything from.
you're in this bubble. You're just in a bubble.
Oh yeah, of course.
You just like you're just allowed to view.
Have you ever seen that movie, The Time Machine?
Which one?
The
H.G.
one with,
Wells.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's based on his book, but the one with Guy Pearce. It kind of goes like in a very crazy direction. Like his wife gets killed at the park, and then he builds a time machine to try to like prevent it from happening, but it keeps happening because you can't.
Oh, wasn't that like a Outer Limits?
No, it's called The Time Machine.
I thought I saw an Outer Limits episode about that. No, wait. His wife. No, he got killed. The episode I'm talking about is the man got killed, and his partner revived him. But after his partner revived him from death, he was like a different person because he was just like more heartless in a way.
Yeah, that's. I'm sorry. That one was a really cool movie to watch, in that sense of what we're talking about.
Okay,
but there's a really crazy part in that whole movie. Really quick, he's like doing time machines, and like he gets to the very future, and like we're trying to colonize the moon, and we end up like blowing it up. And there's just a really cool shot in that movie where you can see he like looks up and the moon's like falling apart, and like it's just a really cool scene, and it kind of like knocks him off, and he ends up going in the future, like way in the future, where like basically all our civilization like restarted. So we're like starting as like primates or
okay, yeah, this is H.G. Wells' storyline then. Yeah.
Probably. But man, it's a cool movie. Like it's not by all means like an Oscar movie, but at the same time it's a cool fun movie if you're into stuff like that.
I've probably seen it. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen a lot. If it involves space, time travel, I've probably seen it.
Yeah.
There crazy stories when you said like the moon people attacked Earth. There was this book that my dad gave me to read a while back. The title eludes me, but it's basically like set in the future, and there's already colonies set up on Mars, like even governments, like totally. There's the Earth government, and then there's Mars government. Well, there's this person that's building a bomb, and they basically, the Mars planet attacks the Earth planet. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, here we are, we're on two different planets, we're spreading ourselves, and yet we're still attacking ourselves.
Oh yeah, I don't see that ever changing, man. That's always going to be something, unless we find like somebody else to fight, you know, like like another alien species or something.
That's why they don't come to us, man. That's why they just like
or maybe they're just like, these guys aren't worth the time.
No, they just when they come to Earth, they're just too drunk, man. They're just like, whoa, we're on Earth. Ooh, let's get on out of here.
They're very prejudiced. Let's get out of here.
Well, have you like there was some like the UFO conspiracies? A little deeper on that is.
I'll talk about this all day.
During the Apollo missions, have you watched any of the Apollo mission conspiracies? How like even on the first moon mission, they saw aliens. Like Armstrong saw aliens. Like, we are not alone up here.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what like the whole Transformer 3 is all about. Or the second one. You know what the crazy part is? Like,
could be true.
Yeah, like is there some truth to that at all? You know? I mean, I've seen like a lot of the videos. God, I keep hitting that. I'm sorry.
Lift it up.
A lot of those videos where what's it called? That the astronauts are talking about what they saw up there. You know, that it wasn't just pitch black. Like there was these like things, or they were being watched the whole time, or something like. But yeah, I just hate how secretive all of that is. I wish there was a way to just like let me know.
Oh, we'll find out as soon as SpaceX gets up there.
I doubt it. I mean, I do kind of sometimes watching stuff like, especially like the news and all that stuff, which I hate watching sometimes, but
it's depressing. Yeah,
and just watching people and just nature and just like everything, human nature. I can't understand. I feel like people who would be. I mean, we can't even get along as a species like us, knowing that there's another one. Like I mean, man, I can tell why they kind of sometimes don't want anybody to know. So I don't know we would be able to handle it.
You don't think so?
I know some people will. I mean, the people that obviously already know probably handle it well. I don't think like the mass. I mean, dude. Again, the reason why I like talking to people is because I mean, people are stupid, man. Like I hate to say it, but it's just like, I mean, dude, I literally read how people thought there's actually people that believe the coronavirus is because of the beer. Yes, like
wow.
That's a real thing, and again, it bothers me. I'm like, dude,
it's not an even playing field.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. And dude, more, and I hate to say it, but like more than enough, and I believe it's like a common sense thing, and I feel like there's a lot of people that don't have it, and you know,
in order to have common sense, I feel like from my personal experiences, you have to have seen some shit.
I mean, even like I hate to get political, but like our president the other day in the Super Bowl congratulated Kansas, the state, and it's like
Kansas City.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I mean, that shit is real. I mean, there is stupid people, and it's just like they'll believe anything. And what's worse than having a bunch of stupid people believe something? That's already pretty bad. If we get a lot of people to believe, there's this thing called the Project Blue Book, I believe that's what it's called, about how the government has like the God, we're in this conspiracy thing. We're going for it. They have like this hologram where they can project these crazy images showing like an alien invasion, or even the crazy part is having this hologram show Jesus Christ coming down himself and telling you, hey, this is what you guys need to do. I'm back. And how crazy would that be? Like, I'm a God-fearing person, and to me, like seeing something that crazy and thinking that that's real, I mean, that's not a side of being stupid. That's just being duped. But at the same time, my point being, like, there's these avenues, and sometimes like they don't even really need to do that. I mean, usually they can just tell you these stupid things, and you'll believe them, and then you have a bunch of dumb people that believe these things. I mean, it's like just racism. People still believe in that. That's still such a stupid ideology that people still hold it very adamant. So like you keep getting these people to just become these like mindless zombies of like being told this is what follow these fucking rules, and if you don't follow them, like we're gonna spank you. And they're like, okay, yes sir, and then they'll do it, and then they won't even think for themselves, and then you have an army of these people, and then like who are we really fighting? It's like
ourselves.
Exactly.
Well, it's like, speaking of Socrates, like I read this book, The Republic, and it's about Socrates, like one of his many conversations that he had with his statesmen and other people of I guess philosophical worth. One of the things that they said is there's just the deep conversations that they would have on trying to build this utopia city, because back then it was like city states. But even then, they said eventually it gets to a point where in order to have a utopia, you have to have a unified system. And even that, within that unified system, that creates a problem for diversity. Because the more orderly system you have, the deeper the diversity is going to be. In a sense, it's just like that yin-yang effect. Like, you need a little bit of order with a little bit of chaos. Like, you're never going to reach potential. No. You're never going to reach that utopia.
Totally understand. I agree 100%. Like, you can't have, like it's that thing, like you can't be perfect, because if you were perfect, you'd be gone, kind of mentality. And I understand that. I know you're supposed to have like the good, the bad, and, the yin yang thing. But man, it does have to be so to the nose. Like, geez, like, can we have a modest like amount on each one, not such a left to one and such a right to one, like in moderation?
Maybe because they're so right and they're so left that you get the moderation. You get those people in the middle.
Well, I feel like there's level-headed people that have both, but like in the right, like the right amount. Now it's just like, man, there's some batshit crazy people out there, man. It's like, you're like, how? Why? Like, what the hell? How do you even believe that this is a real thing?
For the thrill.
Yeah.
For the thrill.
Jesus. Nah. It is daunting, man. But like I said, that's how going back to the UFO, like all that stuff. I do believe that there's kind of sometimes like I understand why they don't want to say anything. Like you can't handle it. Like, there's people that can't, and I believe there's more of those people than there's the people that have the common sense and the people that would be like, oh, okay, cool. How about let's figure this out in the way we can talk to them and all this jazz, and opposed to them going like, well, let's kill these people and then have those people just freak out and maybe let's nuke them, let's kill them, let's destroy them.
No, man, you just gotta let them be. You gotta just hope for the best for people like that. And
man, if that's what we're gonna do, then Jesus.
I mean, look, you can only help those that want to be helped. You can't help.
But what if they don't know any better?
Then I'm sorry. You just gotta leave them. I hate to say leave them behind, but it's either you're willing to either you're willing to learn and adapt, or you're not. If you're not, then you're gonna. I think the moment you stop learning to adapt to people, to your society around you, to the growing culture, is the moment you become bitter and mean to others.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what racism is, right? People who fail to adapt with the times. I mean, and it's usually it's mostly older people usually, but it's a trivial thing. It's a sad thing, but I mean,
I've seen some nice old people in Australia, man. I've seen what they do with their lives. So
all right, well, let me. I mean, definitely, I guess more in the States, but at the same time, I mean, a lot of. I'm not going to say that. I mean, there was a ton of these wars started in different countries. You know what I mean? So, but it's just people, man. There's just nasty people out there. I mean,
well, where would we be without the nastiness?
What a perfect utopia society.
Because your joys isn't the same as someone else's joys.
No, I understand that. But there's that saying, but at the same time, is your joys really to be an asshole to everyone and hate them for their
Those are trolls. Those are trolls, my sir.
No. I'm talking about actual racism, people that do bad things. You know what I'm saying?
Are you talking about people that just do actual bad things, or are you talking about the people that enjoy doing the bad things?
I mean, isn't that the same thing?
No, there are just some people that enjoy doing the bad things, and then just people that are just bad things. That's just the life they live. They just live to hurt people all day around them, every day. That is their way of life.
Yeah. I mean, sure, I'm talking about both, I guess. I don't know. I mean, screw those people. Hey, screw you guys.
Keep talking. Do a little self-promotion for yourself. I need to run to the bathroom.
Okay. Oh, you want me to just talk about self-promotion?
Yeah, self-promotion for yourself.
Man, I wouldn't know where to start. I'm not one of those people. But we have this new music coming out soon. I'm hoping we'll get it done here in the next month or two, and then maybe it'll be out and we can finally rest and see what people's take is. I don't know if you guys can hear this dog though. This dog really wants to be in here. I don't know about self-promotion. Go to the bar, ask for me, I'll hook you up with some free drinks. Maybe.
What self-promotion were you doing for yourself? I only did a couple of
things, and then I kind of just started talking to myself.
You could have went off on your UFO conspiracies.
I was trying to, but I kind of lost my train of thought. It kind of helps when you have somebody talking to you about it. Okay. But yeah, I'm not really. Oh, can you grab me one too?
Yeah. There's Hawaiian lady.
I don't even know how we started this UFO stuff.
Conspiracies. I don't know. That's the joy of podcast. You don't know where it's gonna go.
Man, yeah, I'm really I like all that kind of stuff, and I'm really big in religion too. As far as all that kind of Catholicism and New Age kind of stuff, and just knowing a lot of random stuff. I don't know. I like all that kind of stuff, man.
Old Testament or New Testament?
Both. Like just like I just watch and like listen to a lot of cool stuff and read a bunch of cool stuff. Again, that's all like conspiracy stuff too. Like, is it factual? Maybe, I don't know, but it's just it's interesting to me. That's it. And I take it as just fun reads and kind of, I guess I want to believe.
I just find it so fascinating. It just tells a story, especially in the New Testament. It just tells a story about just how to be good.
Oh yeah, like it's funny because I used to hear this thing about like what is it acronyms, right? Like what something means, like holy would be like he only loves you, and then Bible means like basic instructions before leaving Earth. So it's like a guide for you, like how to get to the next like plane of existence. So there's like basically the Bible is like an instruction manual for you to be like, hey, like live your life just good, and like because usually like I would hear is like a thing,
New Testament,
or yeah.
Old Testament is more like
no, for sure, like yeah, I'm gonna stone you and
bring down the house, flip everything upside down.
But it's like one of those things like here, man. Like I think sometimes it's like take it how you take it, like read it, take it how you take it, and it's just like like it's just like a thing for you to kind of how to be just a good person and live your life like the right way, and you're ultimately supposed to take it in how you feel it's supposed to be. But I always thought that was like an interesting thing, like when somebody told me that.
This is me. This is probably read it fully twice, and this is like me. It's just more of like a history recording of just human behavior.
Yeah,
like
some of it's like crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, and even like it's even crazy in the Old Testament, wherein the Almighty Himself is just like, I will flip everything upside down, your whole entire world upside down because you broke this one. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm like, I like when He becomes all loving. a little harsh in the beginning.
I mean, most of that's like obviously like man-made, man-written at this point, but obviously through
they're old stories. They have to be very old stories.
But I feel like they picked and choose the right ones to say, and we're like to basically to tell you like you better do what I tell you to do or you're gonna get a spanking. So you better follow these rules. I mean, the people that are in charge or whatever. But my favorite part of that whole book is the rapture. I just find it so interesting.
The rapture?
Yeah, like how insane that sounds. Like how it's gonna really go down. I like to read a lot, and I used to read these like the Left Behind series. They were like, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So I read a few of them, and yeah, man, I was reading these things, and they kind of follow it pretty decently, but in more of a like a storyline, like somebody's life. It kind of reminded me, in a small sense, like a Da Vinci Code. It kind of had like that feel. But yeah, man, I was just like, wow, this is very, very interesting if this ever happened this way. Like, I'd be talking to you, and then like your clothes are here, and I'm like, what the hell happened? Yeah. Thankfully, I've read it enough that I would know like, exactly what the hell is going on. But what a crazy story, man! Like, geez, like.
You imagine that just certain types of people just disappeared from the world?
I would be one of those martyrs, man. Like, leave me here so I can help people to get them, the 7 years of the endurance of this crazy thing that's about to happen. Like, let me stay, even if He raptured me up there. I'd be like, let me stay there. Let me help out. I would take it for the team, especially if it was like some of my family members that didn't make it.
You're the revolutionary.
No, I want to help, like, especially like if, what if,
well, you say you want to help, and then you say you want to be a martyr. So,
well, I mean, you would have to die as a martyr to
exactly. You could be a revolutionary.
Well, if all my family got to go, and for me to do the whole, like, I would be the one to go, because like, I'd take that bet out, If it meant my whole family was safe, I'd be like, oh,
if your whole family was just like lifted up.
Right. And then I had to stay and didn't die as a martyr and ended up going to hell or something because I decided to stay to help everyone out. Then fuck it.
You're the Moses, man.
Yeah, whatever.
You're the Moses. You just
I don't think
behind.
I'd have a great fucking time over there. But,
I'm sure Moses didn't have a great fucking time staying outside the promised land. He was just like, fuck.
But I'd take it, man. I think I would. I think I could bear that cross, no pun intended. You know what I'm saying?
Carry it down the streets, being whiplashed.
Yeah. Oh man. This conversation went from like
with
all
little
these crazy
thorns on your head.
Yeah.
You need to grow your hair and you need to grow the beard.
I used to have very long hair, man. I cut that.
Is it because of the age? You start getting more professional with yourself?
No, not at all. I just had it for not very long. I had it maybe like 2.5 years. But I don't know. I got tired of it one day, dude, because like it's like really wavy, and it was like past my shoulders. It's like about right here, and I never like really knew what to do with it. I never really wore it down, so I wore it in a man bun all the time, and it was just it's starting to get a nuisance. So Game of Thrones was out, and I used to watch it with my girl, and what's it called? After its terrible fucking last season, which was awful. But anyways, don't even want to talk about that.
It's over at least.
I don't even want to even talk about that damn show. But anyways,
let's just say you wasted some years.
Yeah. So like after it was like a scene with like Cal Drogovic. This is how long it was that he was still on, and like they were like cutting the hair or whatever. So like we were drinking like wine. I got a little messed up, and I had this like somebody gave me at the bar like a Remington like hunting knife that it was like so sharp. It was like to like nice. When you kill like the deer, you start going to town on it, like
you start skinning it.
Yeah. So they gave me like this brand new one. It was like really badass, and I was like watched that episode and I was like so drunk that I grabbed my hair and grabbed that knife and went like and just like cut it off. Which is kind of stupid because it was kind of drunk, man. And like, if I would have missed, I would have like cut my wrist and like, that was pretty messed up because I don't even remember doing this. But thankfully, I grabbed it right and just cut it. And I woke up the next day and it was like in my hand, and I was like, "Oh my god, I come here!" Like, damn it! But I already knew I was like over it. So, but it was funny because they cut it at an angle too, so I had to like literally go get it like professionally cut, because it was so bad. But yeah, that was my my drunken dumb things that I've done. Like I used to get myself in all these little debacles.
Oh, don't worry, man. We all done it. We all done far worse things. Dude,
those suck, right? Though, like the whole like the next day, you have that feeling, that internal feeling that like you did something really terrible, even if it wasn't, but just like
I just feel sick.
Yeah, you're just like, dude. I mean, you already feel sick, but like, you have this just like this awful like gray area. You're just like, dude, oh my god, like, well,
like, do I feel half dead? I feel half dead.
Yeah, or like, man, what did I really do? And then what did I say? And like, oh, I hope those people don't remember that. And usually, you know what? They fucking don't. They don't care. That's what I've learned too, man. It's like, you say some shit, and you're wasting your whole fucking day thinking that how does this person feel? But like, they don't even give a shit. They're like, you're not even an afterthought at that point. Like, you're just wasting your fucking time thinking like, oh my god, what did this person think of me the whole entire time? Like, you know what? They're not. So who gives a shit? Move on.
You just gotta. I firmly believe everyone just needs to strongly just be themselves, who they are as a person on the inside. Let that flow on the outside, and then they'll be happy. Like, then you won't worry about what type of image you're giving off, because you're giving off the image of yourself being. And I think that's what most people need to do instead of just pretending.
Yeah.
Like, the more you are true to your heart, showing it on the outside, the happier you'll be.
Well, yeah, definitely. But what happens when you're inebriated and you tend to not be that person, but you kind of just you extend yourself a little too far.
Then you try to do better the following day.
I had my friend tell me this one thing, man. He was like, sometimes when I was out a little bit downward spiral and like kind of slipping, You know, and now I used to beat myself up for it. And like, man, like, I could have been better. I should have been better. And, you know, it's like his best piece of advice to me was like, hey, man, like, you did what you did at that time because that was the best you knew how to do. Like, that's the best you did.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, have solemn in that fact and just know that you did the best you could at that time. And just those little few words, man, like made me like, yeah, like, screw it, man.
Better question is, are you a better person than what that person today?
Better than him?
Yeah, better than the person than that shitty person that did those acts. That's the most important thing.
Me. I didn't even like the guy that told me that.
Anybody.
I was like, he was a really great guy.
Anybody that's ever done shitty things.
I guess, yes, I am. I mean, I tend to still kind of like fall in, like, you know, I don't know, man, like into my, like, yes, I am 100%. But like, you know, I'll falter here and there, and I'm like, damn it,
we're only human.
But it wouldn't be like old me where the trend would continue. Like okay, like, knock it off.
Yeah,
you did it once. Like, okay, you're done. Like, stop.
Mm-hmm.
Old me would have been like, well, I'm already here. Let's keep going. You know.
Let's push this envelope. Let's see how far it goes.
Yes, I am definitely way better than I was before. But yes, I still am human, and I still tend to trip when I walk.
Everybody does.
Yeah,
we're all learning. We're all in a constant state of learning. Like I told you, the moment you stop learning to adapt is the moment you become bitter.
Yeah, I mean, I want to learn, but it's also like there's like learning and like getting better, opposed to repeating the same mistakes all the damn time. Like, like, when are you really gonna learn? You know.
But mistakes, if it happens more than twice, it's a behavior.
Yeah,
it's not like.
Well, that's what I mean too.
It's not bad luck.
You know, no, yeah, for sure. That's what I mean. It's like breaking those habits that are hard to, you know, like things that we're so used to, but it's just like, hey, you know, I think that tends to be such a mind fuck, man. Like, God, like you know, the stuff you're doing is like awful or, you know, not good for you, but fuck it, keep going.
People have that mentality,
like that drive. I mean, sometimes, I guess sometimes it's like an escape for people, and sometimes I like, you know, like, personally speaking, sometimes like it is an escape, and sometimes it's just like, fuck it, man. Like, you know, I read this thing today. It's like take your PTO today because, you know, like I forgot what the hell it was saying, but like it's basically one of those things like, not like all days are guaranteed, so you might as well take it today, you know. And it's kind of like that thing in a more negative way at this point. It's just like, fuck it, dude. Do what you want to do because you never know. You know, like
I became like that. I became like that towards the end of before I left for Australia. I was just all like, I got all this PTO at work. I'm just gonna use it. Like, I'm just gonna. It was like a half month's worth, so I just ended like half a month before I originally said I was gonna resign. And it was just awesome taking all that extra time off because I just extended like my time going into India. Like, I was just like, oh.
You went to India?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
New Delhi, man. New Delhi, all the way to, went up to Kashmir, up there in northern India, on the Pakistani border. Man, that was some crazy shit. It's not that it's crazy shit. It was just almost seeing so much military police up there. And then seeing like them actually like just pushing people back, because in there, the Kashmir people just are trying to they want to become their own state, but India doesn't want to let them become their own state because they fear like they'll become part of Pakistan. And then also that area, Kashmir, pretty much controls the water flow for India and Pakistan, so another reason why India's not going to give it up. But up there in the foothills of the Himalayas, man, it's just beautiful, quiet. You just hear like this river running. It's just, and then you hear the wind, and then at night the stars are clear.
How's the temperature out there?
Well, it was November, so it was getting cold. It was real cold. Like, especially when all I had at night was just some thick blankets and a furnace that stayed lit only when I paid attention to it. It was nuts.
And you just went by yourself?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, and then my girlfriend joined me towards the end. We went to Taj Mahal and a couple places in New Delhi. It's just travel around India is a little slow because they're not as developed.
Right.
But they are freaking overpopulated as hell.
Yeah.
And then no, if you're scared of flights, like once you get on an Indian flight,
oh, it's like, hold on.
it's like that thing's vibrating the whole time.
Oh, I wouldn't do well. I don't like flying at all. I usually have to get wasted, like, which is either a good thing or a bad thing, because if I get wasted, then I'm like super paranoid and I'm like, oh shit, then they'll probably like kick me off. But usually I try to just have a few beers like in the terminal and then go up there and I'll try to, if I'm not drunk enough, I'll drink a little bit more and usually relax me at that point because I'm like, fuck it, if the plane goes down, like, fuck it, I'm drunk. I don't care. But I try to get to that point, but man, or it could backfire me and I'll get drunk where I'm like paranoid and I'm like, oh my god, like what the, but
when I first flew over there from India, I took this airline, China Southern.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Just when we were taking off. I was also high off my ass because since I had a little delay, I went to a cannabis store, got me some good gummy worms. And I just took them before I got on the flight. It was real funny because the dog just walked by me and he was just like, and then he stopped, looked at me, and then just like kept walking. It's like, you took some, but you don't have it on you.
Yeah, right? Like, that's accessible.
Anyways, like, when we get on the flight and I'm sitting there, all of a sudden I just hear this, like, as we're going on the runway, you just hear this loud boom, and then a really loud grinding noise. It's just like, what is that? Am I high, or is that really the plane making this noise? And then the takeoff is just like,
dude, yeah, I would freak out, bro. Like, dude, like, that's legitimately, like, back in the day was like a legitimate fear of mine, was passing away in a plane crash. I've gone on a lot of flights, but it's just like every time it's the same thing. That's like watching like the whole Kobe thing and all that stuff. Yeah. She was like, man, kind of was like, see, that's my nightmare.
That's a totally different aircraft. That's a totally different machine, man.
It's still up there, man. It's the same variable.
You got an aircraft that if the engine goes out, it can still glide. I mean, yeah, it'll fall like a brick, but it's still gliding.
Yeah.
Helicopter, once that rotor in the back goes out or some mechanical thing on the blade motor, like, all that thing is doing is literally just fighting gravity the whole entire time. And then you got a rotor in the back that's just counteracting that spin from the blades so that way it flies straight. Like, have you been in a helicopter?
I've been in once. And
have you felt like when a strong gust of wind hits a helicopter, it does this? Like, it literally just tilts the helicopter over. I'm just like,
yeah, I'm not a fan of flying at all. Like, like I was telling you, it's like, to me, it's the same variables. Like, I mean, what are you gonna do? Jump off? Like, what if the propellers are still going? Like, you can jump off and you might just get like killed. Like, I've always been like, I always wanted to know if there's any way that I can have a parachute, even though I don't know how to use it at all. I mean, I know it's just like a rip.
You got Adam?
I know Adam would be like,
bro,
it's not that easy. You need to do. I actually went to go see Adam when he was at iFly and like did the whole thing because I'm way too terrified to jump out of a plane and do that for real. So I did it there, and he like took me on the thing and like real simple. Like, I fell down even once. It was like a funny thing, and like, he hooked me up. Like, he's my like literally like my second cousin. We're related. Unfortunately, I'm just kidding. But anyways, he took me on like the baby thing, like took it easy on me, and all he told me was like, "Are you ready?" And I was like, "Ready for what?" And he's like, "Fucking." Took me up to the top and like spun me down like it was a real thing, bro, that I was not ready for. It was terrifying, but like awesome at
exciting,
the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a thrill seeker. Like, yeah, sure, like I like it, but at the same time, man, like, I you have to be prepared. Like I told you, I'm like a very prepared person. I need to know that I am to feel comfortable. So when he did that, it was very scary, but cool at the same time. But again, that's also like a different thing. But yeah, I can't fly, dude. I don't know, man. Like, I'm supposed to be going to Germany to Oktoberfest.
Ooh.
When it happens this next time around. Yeah, like that's me flying from here to Germany, and it's gonna be like, fuck, like.
You're worried about the wrong things, man.
I'm literally just gonna drink the whole time and like watch movies and get my mind off of it.
I'm pretty sure on some international flights, most international flights, you get free alcohol, like throughout the whole entire flight.
Oh, I'll pay. I don't care. I mean, I gotta do whatever I gotta do to stay sane.
Alcohol makes you sane.
Well, I mean, it'll make me not think about it.
Like, make you numb.
Yeah,
make you...
dude, screw it, man. That shit's. I mean, let alone I'm going for the reason to drink like crazy over there. So
why not start early?
It's not academic. It's not even for fun. It's just for my pure, so I don't freak out on a damn plane. Like, it's not that bad for me, but still, I don't like flying, man. Like fucking. Oh, yesterday was like what?
Maybe you don't like flying because it's due to the crowdedness of it.
No, the thought of it going down like. I used to have like it a fear. Like yesterday was the anniversary, I believe, of the Richie Valens, Buddy Holly, and Big Bopper that died on a plane crash. Like I think yesterday was February 3rd, right? Yeah,
we're a little past that, man. Technology's improved a little bit.
I get it, man, but I don't know. I just statistically think like yes, I get it, but when you're up there, you're up there. Like fuck it, you know what? Like, oh well. But at the same time, it's just fucking like. I don't know. It's just a thought. Like, I'm good enough. Like, okay, I'm up there. Like, you know, been drinking a little bit. Like, fuck it. Oh well. But just a thought. Like the whole time I'm in the terminal, I'm just like fucking pitter patting. Like, whoa, okay.
Just think when you wake up, or you a bump like wakes you up from your sleeping, if you're sleeping, or if you're drunk from drunk, you're sleeping due to the fact that you're drunk.
It fucks me up, and I get like drunk insomnia where I'm like drunk but like up.
Just think you're on a tour bus. You're just on a tour bus.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, okay, we just hit a bump. Just hit a bump.
Those times have been scary, man. Oh my god. We'll do a part 2 to this because Jesus. I'd have to tell you a lot of these. I'll bring Roger next time with me, and you got to hear some of our tour stories, man. They're hilarious.
Yeah, I've heard some from Josh, and just some of the things he's told me. I'm just all like, oh.
Yeah, there's some stuff that like we can literally spend like a whole hour just telling you these funny stories, and we'll bring some videos and pictures and shit, man. Oh my god, it's gonna be hilarious. So the funny stuff.
We can add them in live.
Yeah, dude. I'll show you some funny shit. But yeah, man, I've been better, and I'll get better at flying. I'm not worried about it. Not as much. And then, like, obviously, we'll be going to Germany.
Just don't fly any 2-seater airplanes, man.
Man, I made the mistake of going with a friend. He was learning how to become a pilot, and it was like at Bernie Stage Road or Bernie Stage Airport, whatever the little one is over there. And oh my god, dude, I don't know what the hell I was. I already know I don't like flying. I don't know why the hell I even agreed to go. To like be the backseat like friend to like support him. It was the dumbest, most awful thing I've ever done. Like, and he knew already that I didn't like it, so he was doing this. Him and his stupid ass instructor thought it'd be funny to do this like zero gravity thing to me while I was back there, and
they just duck dive.
Yeah, they were doing some dude. I almost like literally grabbed the bag and almost threw up in it. But yeah, I don't know why the fuck I thought that was a good idea. I almost was. Yeah, like never again. Fuck you guys. Like never doing this shit again. And it was one of those like those little small planes, you know. And then I learned, oh, those planes you're really not supposed to sit in the back end because they're like you feel everything. And I'm like, oh, fucking great. Well, I did. It wasn't cool.
Well, just don't fly them anymore.
Yeah, no, dude. And again, they were like. It's one of those things like when you tell your friends like vulnerable like shit that you're like you think they'll have sympathy like for you.
They're just like, no, you, dude, you were up in an airplane.
Yeah, like, and I I hate friends that are like that. Like, you tell them shit like that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, man, that sucks." Like, all right, you know what? We're gonna use it against you. Fuck you. So they're gonna, do that shit to me, and I'm like, dude, like dicks. You knew I don't like flying, and I did this for you to support you, and then you're gonna do this shit to me, and you feel awful. Like, oh my god! And then we did this thing. Remember, we did this thing called like a touch and go, where you land, but then you shoot back up, and we did like fucking 5 or 6 of them, and I'm like, on the last ones, I was like, stop this shit already, dude. Like, fuck you guys, stop this. Like, drop me off. Like, dude, yeah,
tuck and roll, just tuck and
for
roll.
real. I would have at that damn point, bro, because I literally thought I was gonna throw up, and let alone I thought I was gonna die at the same time. I mean, like, I'm a student pilot,
and you wonder why so many of those type of planes crash. Just look at the stunts they're doing with you in the backseat.
Me in the backseat, dude. Like, being an asshole because I fucking told one of my friends in conference I don't like flying. He was like, "Oh yeah, come on, man! Like, I'm gonna show you how great it is. Like, you're safe." Nope, I'm gonna fucking make it your worst nightmare.
Did you die?
No,
Did you die?
No, but fuck you.
So then, when you fly on commercial airplanes, you get that
smooth
takeoff and that smooth landing.
Is it always that smooth though?
No, it's not.
But yeah.
Especially when you're going to LAX. LAX is like... Yeah. I remember one time I was flying into LAX, and the pilot was just like, yeah, we're going to have some turbulence coming into LAX. Prepare for... attention, ladies and gentlemen.
They always do that.
We're going to experience some turbulence. Prepare for a unique type of landing that we're going to perform today.
We're going to perform a maneuver tonight that we haven't done in like a long time. So, buckle your seatbelts. Like that, they always do. Like, again,
make sure you buckle.
Yeah,
buckle up, please.
But they always start with that like gargle thing. The shit is so funny. Again, YouTube, going back to like the previous thing, I watch a lot of SNL stuff, and there was a skit on that one that was really funny about them doing that. I forget who the host was.
Dude, I haven't watched SNL for so long.
I fucking love it, dude. It is the best. Especially lately. Like, oh man.
I just rather just go find them naturally on YouTube, and then like if they hit with me, great.
I do. I don't watch it live, obviously, or on this. Saturday night, whatever. I usually, I'm at work, so when I get like a little bit, I usually either see them like the day after or at night while like I'm waiting for them, to like clean and everything and already counted the money and blah, 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 do all the paperwork. I'm like watching and I'll see like the Saturday night live ones that were from that day. And oh, dude. Cecily Strong is like one of my favorites right now. She's just too funny. Their cast is really good, like lately, and the hosts have been coming out. Have been doing a really good job
of becoming good shots, not long shots.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good for sure. You gotta watch it though, man. It's funny.
Too busy sometimes. Too busy. Just like I don't have that exact father figure as much as you do. But like I was telling you earlier, it's just sometimes I don't feel like I'm giving enough attention.
Oh, about the conversation before. No, I feel like I'm giving.
No,
like I love my daughters. It
sounds like you're giving 110%.
Oh no, yeah, I'm giving like more than that. Man. Jeez, like it's literally my whole waking up is. As soon as they wake up, I'm 100% devoted to what are we doing, and. Terrible twos, and then like a baby, it's like I'm on their time, and sometimes she wants to do this, and then 5 seconds later changes to doing something else, and then 5 seconds it's like not good enough, and she's throwing a tantrum, and I'm just like, dude, like what do I do? But
like for me, it's what are we doing today? I'm like, what? I gotta plan this out today. I thought you had a plan. Okay, let's go here. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like. I'm just trying to fill the day sometimes for us to do it. I'm just like, because most of the time I'm just happy, just chilling.
Yeah, I mean, but you don't get it every day, right? So it's like when you do, it's like you're gonna do the best. In case I don't think people understand what we're talking about, like I'm talking about my daughters and your girlfriend's daughter. Obviously to mine, it's me playing it, but I mean they're so young, and I have a small car right now, and it's like, which I've been thinking about buying a I don't know, something bigger, more family oriented. Not a minivan, but
get that Tesla Y.
That, yeah, I mean,
if you can afford it, man.
I can, man. Actually, what I was gonna get was a Porsche 911, but
family.
Man, it does have 2 back seats, by the way.
But you can get the Porsche Corolla, whatever.
Panorama.
Actually,
they're coming out with the new one. That's like kind of it, but it's more sportier. Mm-hmm. But it's, I want to say it's 4-door still, but it's just not like the Panorama. Kind of looks more like a SUV.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna look into it. But I don't know, man. I've been kind of just looking at like, what's it called? Like the Jeep, the Wranglers, like the
Gladiator.
Oh, the Gladiator looks. Yeah, dude, that was another one. I've been looking at the Silverado Trail Bosses. Those things are pretty badass.
There you go, man.
Oh yeah, that's the one that opens up with the.
That's the Tesla Y one.
Yeah, but they're like what, 80,000.
I don't know, man. Get 315 mile range. 0 to 60 in 4.8.
Is that all just no gas?
Yeah, it's all electric. You just plug it into your house. You never have to go to a gas station ever again.
Yeah, but what about what if you take it on a trip?
There's plenty of Tesla stations.
How long does that take to charge up?
I think supposedly, like they say, like just an hour.
The hell am I gonna do for an hour? What if I'm on a road trip?
Most of the trip, if you're on a road trip, I'm sure like there's a shopping center nearby. That's where
Son of a biscuit.
That's where most of the Tesla charging stations are at. They're at.
You definitely would have to like map it out though.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Like your trip is like, okay, I'm going, but I'm gonna map it out like here. You know.
Well, that's why I like the Tesla truck, like the Cybertruck.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that thing looks cool. Just because I feel like I'm a big '90s person too, like '90s music, '90s movies, blah blah blah.
But the thing I find most fascinating about that is like the top, like the tri-motor one, like the top tier Cybertruck, like 500 miles. Oh, 500 miles now. When they actually like come out with that thing, it could be like 600 miles. Imagine how far you can go in 600 miles.
I just want to like Mad Max be up there, like with like freaking
and then
axes and stuff.
And then it's supposed to come with solar panels, so that way you can get an additional like 20 miles.
That's it on a damn solar panel.
Well,
you would figure like just
let's say if you go 500 miles. Okay, you can travel 500 miles. Maybe you find a charging station somewhere near where you're camping, or you don't. You charge it up wherever you're camping out in the sunlight. Get that 20 miles to get you even closer.
Yeah, that's a good.
Or if you're out in the like Midwest, Idaho, Wyoming. Just imagine how much more further you can go. Yeah. Like if you don't mind just taking those little day breaks, like, oh, I'm gonna get an additional 20 miles. I'm gonna get another additional 20 miles. I can go deeper and deeper in the wilderness with this truck.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to rely on a fuel source. Your fuel source is the sun.
The sun, yeah. And like, it's free?
Yeah.
For the most part.
For the most part. You just gotta pay for it in the beginning.
With the sunburn.
More than sunburn.
Fuck yeah. To just wait there. Well, you can't turn the AC on because who's gonna use the power? So you might as well just wait out there in a freaking. What happens if you're in the desert and you're waiting for that shit to get charged?
Hopefully, it charges fast.
Or it better.
Or you just sit inside the truck and let the AC run.
Yeah, but that's like defeats the purpose.
Well, hopefully, maybe you're underneath the truck, staying out of the sun in the desert. Maybe
the damn alternative fuels, man. We need to get more sophisticated.
Oh shit! I was hearing on the radio. I listen to a lot of NPR.
What, the saltwater one?
No. No. How since gas prices are going down, the Saudi Arabia, since they're like the largest producer and the number one producer of petroleum.
Isn't Texas number 3 now? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Well, natural gas and some petroleum. Yeah, it's a mixture, but yeah, they're number 3 or number 4 producing. If they were their own country, yeah, it'd be number 3 or number 4 in the world.
Shout out to Texas.
Yep. But Saudi Arabia, since the prices are dropping, they're like, oh, we're just going to cut production. We're going to let that price hike go up, and y'all can just eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was just like, fuck. Like, just imagine, like, the day when most of the world is just electrical. Because it's going to happen.
To tell them, like, as a screw you?
Yeah.
Or I mean, wouldn't the screw you be like us doing what we always do and taking over their country? Basically, is what we're gonna do, right? I mean, I don't think the sensible thing would be like, oh, let's go electric or look for alternative fuels. But nah, they'd probably be like, you know what, screw that.
Nah, we're not going to invade any more countries. No one wants to fight anymore. We're so connected. The only ones that want to fight are the radical ones that believe in their own ways. Their highway is the only way.
I really doubt those oil companies are going to just stand by and let it.
No, they'll find something else. Their plan is to dove into something else.
You would think.
No, that their ultimate plan is to squeeze as much as they can out of this, and then they'll switch. Like Shell, Exxon, Valero, they all have like other alternative fuel sources that they're heavily researching. They're trying to stay top dog.
I feel like I would too, but I would do it the sooner the better. Why would you wait till the very last drop?
Because
there's also called like a transitioning period.
Yeah, instead of not making $20 billion this year, if they switch, they'd be making maybe only a profit of $1 billion.
Well, I'm saying keep it going, but like start transitioning into that. Like, I mean,
and that's why Tesla's like jumping up, man. That's why even today it jumped over $900.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
$900 a share.
Yeah, like when expense like crazy, right?
Well, it's been going crazy like over the last like 2 weeks.
What do you think that is? Out of nowhere.
Because he's
like something supposed to shake up that we don't know about.
Well, because he's just dominating the electric field, like electric vehicles market.
Yeah, but they're not very affordable to the average person.
It depends.
I know he's releasing like one that's supposed to be affordable and more economical.
Well, the Model 3 is like, it depends. If you get
still like 40, 50 grand.
It's only that much if you want the fully autonomous system.
Well, of course I do. What are we talking about?
Okay, well, I'm just kidding. If you don't want that, that's $10,000 off, and you can just have an electric car that you drive all the time. But if you want that luxury of not driving your car,
first of all, if you're in a Tesla, you're like, come on, man, like let's get the right thing.
Yeah, let's go balls to the wall with this thing. For sure. I don't want to be driving this.
No shit. Like, if you're gonna get something, get it right.
Shoot, my dad's all like, I'm not gonna be driving any vehicle that drives itself. I'm gonna be the one. I'm like, whatever, Dad. Like when I'm sitting in traffic, I'm just gonna be watching something on the TV or a little monitor while that thing's driving.
Shit, for real, dude. I love to be like taking a road trip and be like,
driving time would be like either relaxation time. I could use that time to like read, do shit on social media, or just talk to people, like call them up. Like,
yeah.
Like that's valuable time to me. That's what that's selling to me is a convenience. Like that's all technology is selling to us. It's just convenience.
Yeah, of course. It's all time.
That's why mobile apps are just blowing up.
Everyone is selling us something we can't control at this time.
Yeah. But if they sell us that little bit of time, if they give us that little bit of time,
yeah, how much better are you going to be?
Yeah. How much more are you going to do with your time? Are you just
nothing?
Some people nothing. Some people go out there and create.
Yeah. Fuck man.
Anyways, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. It was good. It was fun.
Been fun. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Any shout outs you want to do before we end this?
We'll do a part 2, man.
Part 2?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Hope y'all enjoy it.